Hello, today we're going to talk about political party structure and activities for honors government. First, we're going to talk about the organization of the Republican Party. The Republican Party is run by a committee known as the RNC. They first formed in the 1850s, and that committee has basically held control over the party ever since. That committee is made up of representatives from each state. So, for example, the chairperson, committee man, and committee woman from each state and U.S. territory. So the top three Republicans at the state level from every state and territory form this committee. They meet periodically to make decisions. In particular, they elect a chairman every 2 years. The current chair is Reince Priebus. He is actually the longest serving chairman of the RNC. He runs the day-to-day operations of the RNC, in particular managing its finances, its spending priorities. He also makes frequent public appearances on television to discuss the Republican Party and promote the candidates who are running. For example, this year, Donald Trump. The committee is also run at the state level. Every state has a Republican committee, and they run in a similar fashion for important Republicans running at the state level or the local level. The Democratic Party has a similar organizational structure with a little bit of one small difference. The Democratic Party is actually a little bit older. The Democratic Party goes way back, but the controlling organizing structure of the Democratic National Committee, or the DNC, was founded in 1848. They form their committee a little bit differently than the Republicans. You basically have the top two people per state plus about 200 members that are apportioned based on the population of the state, so more proportional to the voters. The current DNC chair is Donna Brazile. They had a little bit of a scandal in the spring, and the former DNC chair resigned, and Donna Brazile is, I think, acting as the interim chair. I don't think she's been necessarily elected just yet. And just like the Republicans, the Democrats have a state structure at the state level that helps organize and get candidates elected at the state level as well. So what do national committees actually do? So every 4 years, their big priority is the convention. They have a national convention where they choose the president and vice presidential candidates to run for office. It used to be the kind of thing where you, not going into the convention, you didn't really know who the nominee was going to be. The convention actually would pick, in a much more active role, the Republican or the Democrat running for president. For example, when Abraham Lincoln was running for president, there were 4 gentlemen, including Lincoln, who were at the convention all trying to get themselves chosen, and it took several votes among the delegates to finally pick Lincoln. Today, because of state primaries, the candidates picked way in advance, usually a couple months, and so the convention still happens, but it's really more, as you can see from this picture, really more of a big infomercial or party. It's a lot of delegates from the states, but the decision is pretty much decided ahead of time. This is an example of the Republican convention from the summer. Mr. Trump was already chosen at the state through state political primaries several months before the convention actually happened. Two more things the Democratic and Republican parties are responsible for are they write and update the party platform, which is a list of the priorities and interests of the party. It's usually heavily controlled by the upcoming presidential nominee, like Mr. Trump, who gets to basically insert language in it that he supports. But that is the official positions of the party. And then last but not least, like I said, in the convention, the party chooses the president and vice presidential nominees. Here's a few more pictures of the Republican convention from the summer, as well as the Democratic convention for the summer. You can see the nominees for each party there, and you can see with all the balloons and confetti, it's really kind of a big party where they're trying to promote their candidates and show the American public why they should vote for the Republican or the Democrat.